Tonight at Fenway, the Red Sox can do something they have not done yet in this outstanding season. They can win 10 in a row. It's the Final Four before the All-Star break with the Blue Jays in town. Hi, everybody. Welcome back to Fenway. Great to have you tonight. I'm Dave O'Brien alongside the Hall of Famer Dennis Eckersley. Jemiah Webster coming your way very shortly. And the timing is good for David Price to take on Toronto and for the Red Sox, who have dominated them all season.
Well, the thing is, they're going so good. Won 9 in a row. You think, who's next in town? Well, it's Toronto. And you don't want to take them too lightly. But, they played pretty well against them. You see the numbers this year, 7-2. They beat them the last 5 times. But overall, this is just not the same team. They've got a lot of injuries. Not the same pitching staff, but once again, anybody can win. And the Red Sox, everything's going so well for them. They're pitching, they hit when they have to hit. All the stuff that happens when you get on a streak like they are. But David Price going up against them, the thing that's a fortunate thing, especially the way he's been pitching the last couple times out, he is 19-3 against them lifetime, which is an incredible streak for him. Nobody does that against an opponent. So you hope he could keep it up because he needs a good start.
And 2-0 this season against the Blue Jays. Who's been right in the thick of all this success against Toronto? J.D. Martinez. He's homered in 4 of the last 7 games against the Blue Jays. Red Sox opening up a 4-game series with Toronto. Join us for Game 1 right around the corner. Dunkin' Donuts. America runs on Dunkin'. Lexus and the Lexus Strikes Out Hunger program by Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% on car insurance. Kenyon Grills, the official grill of the Boston Red Sox. And by Southwest Airlines. Low fares, no hidden fees. That's transparency. Sensational night here in the city. Red Sox taking on Toronto in the first game of the series. Temperatures in the low 70s, nothing but sunshine and blue sky, and the Red Sox, the hottest team in the game with a 9-game winning streak. We send it down to the field for our ceremonial first pitch featuring Haley Dawson. She continues her journey to throw out the first pitch at every park in the league with her unique 3D printed hand.
Catching is Mitch Moreland. Okay, Haley, let's see a strike. Thank you.
First pitch coming up in just a moment. Red Sox taking on Toronto from Fenway Park. On the Red Sox. Digital Federal Credit Union. What can DCU save you? Southwest Airlines. Low fares, no hidden fees. That's transparency. Your local New England Ford dealers. William Ravis Real Estate, the official realtor of the Boston Red Sox. And by Citizens Bank. Visit citizensbank.com. Red Sox taking on the Blue Jays here in just a couple of moments. David Price taking the Red Sox onto the diamond. Right now we toss it down to Jemai.
Thanks a lot, Dave. Well, Rafael Devers was given a scheduled day off to close the Texas Rangers series, but today we learned that he landed on the 10-day disabled list with left shoulder inflammation. He says he started to feel some slight discomfort in the Seattle Road series, but tried to grind it through. But Red Sox manager Alex Cora says that's the type of toughness that he can appreciate. But Devers landing on the disabled list comes at a right time, Cora says, because with the All-Star break, he'll have that extra time to recover. Devers says he hopes to be back by the Detroit series coming the second half of the season. As a corresponding move, Dave, they called up Zue Lin, who's here with the team tonight.
Jemai, thank you very much. It'll be Eduardo Nunez manning third base tonight. Here's a look at the Toronto Blue Jays starting lineup against the left-hander. Randall Grichuk will lead things off. He's in right field for the Blue Jays. Lourdes Gurriel at short. Justin Smoke at first base. Teoscar Hernandez in left. Kendrys Morales, the designated hitter. Russell Martin's having a tough year, hitting 173, doing the catching. Pilar in center. Travis at second base. And Aledmus Diaz is at third base and the number 9 man. Against the Red Sox starter, presented by New England Audi dealers. David Price 9-6, 4.44 ERA, 2-0 this year against Toronto.
Yeah, the Red Sox defense is brought to you by Southwest Airlines. The Red Sox are 4th in the league. 46 errors in 94 games. Around the infield, like you said, Eduardo Nunez at third base, Bogarts at short, Brock Holt at second, and Steve Pierce at first tonight. Out in the outfield, left to right, Andrew Benintendi in left, Jackie Bradley Jr. in center, Mookie Betts in right. Behind the plate, Sandy Leon catching David Price.
Umpires brought to you by Toyota's website for deals, buyatoyota.com. It'll be Tripp Gibson at the plate, Gorman at first, Muchlinski at second, Johnson at third. We're available. This telecast can be heard in Spanish by selecting the SAP button on your TV remote. SAP presented by Toyota. Visit comparatoyota.com to see Toyota deals not seen on TV. Price ready to go. The left-hander says he's been searching the last two starts, the loss at Yankee Stadium and a no decision at Kansas City. We'll see what he has found now. Grichuk, well, just a 200 hitter.
Very unusual last appearance there for David Price. When you hit 3 guys in 1 inning, it doesn't happen. You never see it.
That tied a major league record.
I tell you what, he loves to pitch in. We've been watching him all year. I mean, he will bury guys inside, especially right-handers, but he hit a couple of left-handers, what he did, and just barely hit the shirt of the catcher, Perez.
Yeah, these last two starts at Yankee Stadium, he allowed 5 home runs. That set a career high. But he went 9-1 for the Toronto Blue Jays at the end of 2015 to push Toronto to the playoffs. The rest of his career, he's done nothing but torment them. There's a swing and a miss for strike 3. Grichuk is down hacking. And 1 gone.
Well, you'd like to see more of that. You see the changeup down and away. Good spot for it. You see it just dip late like that. This is a big pitch for him because I think he gets away from that changeup a lot. Good start.
Brings up Gurriel, 237 with 4 home runs. And those who cover the Toronto Blue Jays say, look out for this young man. He's got a lot of tools and could be the next star for the Blue Jays.
The last time you saw a knuckle curve from David Price. Just threw one. I think he's going to mix something. He's just going to mix it up a little bit more, not just be so conscious of trying to pound guys in.
Smoke on deck. And there's a shot to left center field. That's driven toward the wall. It's back there. Picked up by Bradley on a bounce into second base. It's Gurriel. He'll slide in with a double, showing off some of his sock. He is quickly into scoring position.
Boy, he put a charge into this ball. My goodness. If he got a little more height, that ball's out of here. That's a cutter right down Broadway, and he puts the barrel right to it. And you knew this was damaged right away. It's way off the top of the fence, and he has to hustle into second base to get a double.
Well, they figured he was not a guy who was going to back down when he made his major league debut April 20 at Yankee Stadium, and he drove in 2 runs with a base hit in the 4th inning. He doubles right away here tonight to bring up Smoke at 242, 14 home runs. Lately swinging a very good bat.
Hit a couple home runs the last couple of days. Starting to turn it on a little bit for the Blue Jays.
Just getting started. A double by the number 2 hitter with 1 down. And the 0-1 from Price. Yes, he did. Home plate umpire Tripp Gibson said he swung the bat, and it's 0-2. Jock Gibson, the skipper, does a very steady job as a manager. Always has. He's had some outstanding teams.
Well, he's had some ups and downs. Got fired once before, came back.
Yes, second go around as their manager. His team right now is 42-49. They're in 4th place in the division, 21.5 behind the Red Sox. And Price dealing the smoke. He'll miss up and away. One of the things that Alex Cora said he's liked about that Price has done lately, throwing up in the zone, throwing that high fastball. He'd like to see that here tonight.
I'd like to see him change speeds more.
Two check to swing, foul it away.
They got everybody throwing high fastballs.
Well, it makes sense with the way guys are launching it, and with the uppercut swings you're seeing, designed to hit the ball 450 feet.
Price just is not the guy that throws 98 anymore.
Gurriel with the lead, one away. The 2-2 will not be made.
Heard some of the broadcasters last game. We didn't get that one in Kansas City. They were talking about, I think it was David Cohn and A.J. Przinsky talking about overhauling him and turning him into CC Sabathia. I don't think so.
Swing and a miss. Down he goes. Second strikeout in the inning for the lefty.
Sneaky little gas right there. You know, that's all set up from everything else that he featured in this at bat. Little giddy up out there. Bad swing by Smoke. Must have been conscious in the way he swung at that.
I think so. Amica Insurance, great service, great coverage, a great price for auto, home, and life insurance. We're going to come up with a new segment. You know, in the living room with Eck, and we're going to mic you while you're watching like one of those network games. When you go, I don't think so. I don't think so. Hernandez loops that one foul out of play for strike one.
I should say, I don't think so. That's better, right?
I like that the
other one's a little sarcastic.
I like it that way.
I'm trying to make a point. Like,
I hear you.
You know, he's not ready to be CC Sabathia. You think? I mean, CC's, you know, mixes it up. You got the backdoor breaking ball and all this and that.
Yeah.
I mean, he's changed lanes completely. It's not time for David Price to change lanes.
Fly to center field. That's well hit. Bradley back, turning around, watching this one. It is gone. Deep into the bleachers. Hernandez with his 14th home run of the season. A couple of shots here in the first inning off of Price. A home run ball has been a major issue for him recently. Just like that, Toronto leads 2-0.
Man, why am I talking about CC Sabathia right now? I'd like to just swallow that after you see a bomb like that go off. This ball is absolutely crushed. I said, oh, fly ball center field. I turned around and looked at Jackie Bradley, and he didn't even budge. He turned around and went, oh, my goodness. Look at this ball. Way up in there.
14th home run for Hernandez.
I play off Jackie Bradley. You know, sometimes he dekes you out there, right? You'll look at him saying, oh, my God, he's not making a move. He doesn't have it. Well, he didn't make a move, and he didn't have it.
And watched it sail well into the seats.
I mean,
Kendrys Morales here.
You got to be careful with your cheese. That's what happens. You know, I don't care who you are. You center cut fastballs, guys that have pop. That Hernandez, whew.
Morales hitting .242, 10 home runs. He's had a tough season so far. Last year, 28 home runs, hit 30 the year before. So the Blue Jays powering their way to an early lead. And they have a man on the mound tonight in Jay Happ, who has been very, very tough on the Red Sox this year and in the past. They get him a little bit of run support right off the bat. He went for the downs, 3-2. Blue Jays have been without Josh Donaldson since the end of May when he injured his calf here in Boston. Then he suffered a setback on rehab. And he struck him out. So what an odd inning. He's had a lot of those lately. He strikes out 3, but he gives up a 2-run homer. Red Sox lineup brought to you by Toyota's website for deals. BuyAToyota.com. Mookie Betts will lead it off. Andrew Benintendi in left. JD Martinez the DH tonight. Steve Pearce at first. Bogarts at short. Holt at second. Nunez at third. Sandy Leon doing the catching. Jackie Bradley in center. Hitting ninth against the left-hander Jay Happ. He's 10-5, an ERA of 4.44. He's been at the center of trade speculation. He's a high-end starter. He can be really tough.
He likes to throw high in the strike zone, high fastballs, but he likes to throw inside too. Good little changeup, slider, but he gets a lot of punch outs upstairs.
Mookie's had a tough time against him. He doesn't have a tough time against many, but 5 for 29 against Happ. Although one of the hits is a home run. And the 2-1. He missed with that.
There's not a lot of good numbers all the way around for the Red Sox. Steve Pearce has got the numbers. Thank goodness he plays for the Red Sox now.
Yeah, the former Blue Jay. He's kind of lit Happ up. Shot to center field. Pilar coming in though, make the catch. Well struck, but for out number 1.
Let's take a look at the Blue Jays defense tonight. They're 12th in the league, 55 errors in 91 games. Around the infield, Diaz at third, Gurriel Jr. at short, Von Travis at second, Justin Smoke in right. In first base. Next at Hernandez in left, Kevin Millar in center, Randall Trickett in right. Behind the plate, Russell Martin catching Jay Happ.
Do you want one more crack at it?
Yeah, I do.
Randall Grichuk.
Randall Grichuk. There it is. I was getting paranoid at his name four guys before him.
That's the way it works, isn't it? I mean,
it?
you're looking down the list and go, I don't know. I don't want to say that.
I don't want to say. They got to stop and say his name, man. Like Bobby Grichuk.
Bobby Grich, yeah.
Yeah, Bobby Grich. I kept saying Bobby Grich.
Benintendi 301, 14 home runs, 0 for 13 against Happ. So looking for that first knock against the lefty tonight. Red Sox down 2-0. Up the middle, Travis will throw. Another good athlete for Toronto. 2 up and 2 down. JD Martinez will be next. Sox coming in 65-29. They are 36 games over 500 for the first time since 1978, when Boston won 99 games. Needed to win 100 that year. This is their second 9-game winning streak. The first time they've done that since 1948.
Well, they started the season off 17-2, and now they're on a 14-2 run.
Time for Comforts of Home, brought to you by Bernie and Phil's. JD Martinez at Fenway this year. Look at these numbers.
Wow.
361, 18 bombs, 49 runs batted in. Right now, Bernie and Phil's buy with no money down and 0 financing for up to 5 years. And a line shot past the diving Gurriel, and he's on with a base hit. He continues to pick on Toronto and hit like crazy here at Fenway. Oh, by the way, pretty darn good on the road.
But you see right here, fastball. He's trying to throw it away. Left it out over just a hair, and he just hits a rope to center field. That's just what he does. Hits the ball hard a lot.
And now Steve Pearce, former Blue Jay, hitting .330 with 5 home runs. And has swung the bat very well against this left-hander in his career. To the tune of .357.
But the 5 home runs, right? 5 home runs. He must have taken him deep when he was with Baltimore, I bet.
Yeah, 5 home runs against Jay Happ.
Little change up 2-0.
Bogarts on deck. Our key matchup presented by Sullivan Tire and Complete Auto Service. We're always here to get you there. Pearce in his career against Happ, .357 with the 5 homers, 12 runs batted in. He's hitting cleanup tonight. And Happ's very careful with him. He's fallen behind 3-0.
That's paint. 3-0 paint. Woo.
The Indians have jumped on Severino, and they lead 2-0. A game that is barely underway at Cleveland tonight. Yankees and the Indians. How about that pitching matchup? Severino against Kluber. Foul tipped into the mitt. 3-2. He does take a confident swing against this guy.
Yes, he does. Well, especially he's such ahead in the count by so much. He's trying to tie it up.
Hit a rocket out of here the other night. His first Fenway at bat with the Red Sox. Runner goes, and it's lofted foul out of play.
Pretty good pitch he fouled off. Three-two corner down. Live another day.
Happ 6'5", about 200 pounds. Lanky pitcher's build. 3-2. Runner takes off again. Spoiled again. Oakland beat Houston today 6-4. I'm telling you what.
Yeah, I like that. I like Oakland doing what they're doing. They should have won that one game. They got robbed in the 11th inning the other night on a kind of a freak play.
They've won 8 out of 10. At 12 over 500. And that one will drill him. He has to go down. That'll put runners at first and second for the Red Sox. But Pierce just trying to get up now. That one plunks him on a 3-2 pitch. Fastball.
Man, you can hear it. The bone down there, his ankle. Oh, yeah.
It was no changeup.
No. Hear the bone. Ow. Right below the shin. Bang. Ow. That got him so flush.
Yeah, it really did. Walking up the line, trying to hang in there, but grimacing all the way.
That's going to leave a mark.
For months. It's amazing. Sometimes you know a guy will get hit in July with a pitch. You see him in spring training the next year in the clubhouse, and there's still a welt there. Mitch Moreland looking on. Steve Pierce, the first baseman tonight.
That's why you see catchers with their shins are all purple. It's gross.
They take some beating.
He's not sure, you know. Put any weight on it. See, he's not really sure.
Xander Bogaerts already in the batter's box here, but Pierce has yet to get to first base.
Yeah, Moreland's over there hovering in the dugout.
Yep.
As you see.
You know, they're giving Steve as much time as he requires.
Yeah, he's not sure. He can't put any weight on it. It's like you take off running and just fall there in your face.
This guy's been so good for the Red Sox.
Yeah, he's going to come out.
Well, I don't think that decision's been reached yet.
I don't think he knows.
Gave the Red Sox a lead with his first home run in a Sox uniform on Monday.
Don't you take a little run here? Take a couple of steps before you make this decision. There we go. See, it works. There you go. There it is.
Oh, he's going to hang in.
Good for him.
So Pierce will tough it out.
Got all of his ex-teammates watching him saying, what are you going to do, man?
Yeah, we expected you to be there at first base all night. Chat you up.
Right.
Socialize. Well, first and second for Xander Bogaerts. 283, 14 home runs. And another Red Sox hitter who's trying to figure out Happ. He's 3 for 24. And he'll look at ball one. Red Sox trying to get the offense rolling right away against this left-hander, down 2-0. Xander with a season high tying 3 hits last night, including an RBI triple in the 5th inning. It's had triples in back-to-back games. And it's 2-0. JD Martinez, the runner at second after a base hit right before Pierce was drilled. And Happ with a 2-0. That's a strike. 94.
Happ had some trouble last time out. He walked 6 guys.
When Rick Porcello won 22 games and the Cy Young in 2016, Happ won 20 for Toronto. He went 20-4 that year.
Yeah, very quietly.
2-2. I'm pretty sure bet he will not be a Toronto Blue Jay come the end of this regular season.
Well, my bet is the Yankees. If everything else falls through, I think they're going to get him.
And part of that rationale would seem to be his effectiveness against the Red Sox.
Yes.
7-3 lifetime, ERA just over 3 against Boston. 4-1 at Fenway. Time granted, 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 out, 2 on. 2-0 Toronto. And Xander Bogaerts looking for the answer against this southpaw. And again, they can't get together. Long look in by Happ. Working with Russell Martin.
Oh.
And he struck him out. Caught him looking 95. And Happ holds 2 men stranded. Toronto ahead 2-0. We go to the second inning. Dennis Eckersley, Dave O'Brien with you from Fenway. It'll be Martin Pilar and Travis against Price. Red Sox with a little bit of a threat, but could not push a run across against Happ. Although it was fascinating to see after the strikeout, Happ watch him turn around and try to get the attention of Pierce, who he hit with that pitch. He was unsuccessful there, but pretty obvious he wanted to tell him, you know.
Oh, totally cool.
It was certainly not on purpose. It just got away. Softly rolled. Nunez up and over. And in plenty of time to get Martin, who's had a very difficult year offensively, hitting just a $173. One man gone. When you nailed a guy like that and it got away, and you could tell he was in real agony like that, would you do that? Would you go out of your way sometimes to make sure that you know everything was cool?
Yeah, especially when he was in that agony. First of all, he's a teammate, ex-teammate. That's one thing.
Sure.
That goes with the territory. Anybody I played with, I would do that with. Unless I couldn't stand the guy.
That's what I was about to say. What if you didn't like the guy?
Oh, okay, that's different.
Clearly they get along.
Yeah. But I normally, when I don't mean to drill somebody, I'll always glance over there and say, yeah, kind of checking the temperature of how he's feeling.
Sure.
First of all, and if everything's cool, I might nod, like, so he knows that I wasn't trying to pop him.
That's what any gentleman would do.
Of course.
Pilar 243, 8 home runs.
But not to bring up Kirk Gibson again, but I drilled him in the wrist once, and you know, I was going to nod to him, and he screamed at me like, don't you. He
Really?
started yelling at me, man, and I was like, okay, I guess you're not going to be receptive to a little nod.
2 balls and 2 strikes. So I don't want to be insensitive, but was that before or after the historic? It was before the historic home run.
Long
at Dodger
before.
Stadium. Yep.
Yeah, it was here. He was with the Tigers. I got him in the wrist. It must have hurt.
And he was really tough.
He's a mean dude, man.
Yeah. Football player in college, 2-2. Sock foul.
He told me, if I say one thing, you say one thing, I will kick your culo.
Really?
Yeah. And I went, all righty then.
That was that.
The game goes on.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
You hit, guys are telling me, 75 guys in your career.
I don't remember really anything in particular. I'm sure I hit somebody because I wanted to.
Foul tip. You're sure you did?
Sure I did.
4 strikeouts for Price and 2 down.
Great changeup right there.
And they'll go after Devin Travis, second baseman, next. 2-0 Toronto on a long home run by Hernandez in the first inning. As mentioned, Price has beaten them twice this year. He's an unbelievable 19-3 lifetime against the Blue Jays with a 2.46 ERA, and that's against some really good lineups.
I mean, that is really insane. 19-3. Talk about dominating.
Line shot, slowed down by Nunez. Now he has to scamper around the umpire. Heading for second base, Travis. Here's the throw, here's the tag, and he is out by a lot.
Silly.
Travis cut down, trying to extend that into 2 bases. Nice quick recovery by Nunez to get him. Happ deals a strike to get in front of Brock Holt, who leads off the bottom of the second. 2-0 Toronto. It'll be Holt, Nunez, and Sandy Leon against the lefty. Brock 288 with a home run. And tonight he is playing his 500th career game.
See, Nunez makes a nice attempt at this, just ticks off his glove. Luckily he got back up, checked second base, made a nice throw. And Travis is done. He is sizzled. It's kind of stupid on his part. You can't make the last out there.
Not a close play, and that'll be in there for strike 3, just on the edge of the plate. Brock Holt didn't think so, but he strikes out. 1 gone in the second.
Fastball cross seamer on the corner. I don't know if it's got the corner. Now you see him pull it back just a hair. Probably was a ball, but most pitchers want that.
Second strikeout. Nunez next. Back in April, Toronto beat the Red Sox at Rogers Center 4-3. Happ had no decision, but he was tremendous. It was actually one of the better pitching performances against the Red Sox this year.
Struck out a bunch of guys, right?
He did, had 10 Ks over 7 innings, 4 hits. He didn't walk anybody. And he's done that kind of thing before. Eduardo at 259 with half a dozen home runs.
He's nice and smooth. That's why that fastball has a little carry to it, a little sneaky to it. You know, it's nice and smooth. Boom.
As you said, though, he has not pitched well his last 2 outings. Losses to Detroit and to the Yankees.
Paint. And that is perfect. That is a perfect fastball. We saw Cologne just picking last night, didn't we? 88 miles an hour, just on the corner a lot.
That was impressive.
It really was.
And you know who really raved about him after the game? Guy who got a big hit against him. Xander Bogaerts.
Did he?
Oh yeah. So forget about his age. He was dotting it.
He was dotting it. You better dot it with that stuff.
Red Sox won. Xander had a big night, but he was very complimentary. 2-2. Broken
Crunch.
bat past the mound. Here comes Travis. Going to have to get rid of it in a hurry, and he does. Quick release there. 2 gone. Ace Ticket is Boston's trusted source for tickets to all Sox games and concerts at Fenway. Prices and the service are better than you can imagine. Go to aceticket.com right now. Picture perfect night here in Boston. Red Sox trying to make it 10 consecutive wins, but down early. Sandy Leon 252, 4 home runs, 1 for 8 lifetime against Happ.
Feels like the Red Sox have never really been down before. Sure, there was a couple times.
Oh, they were actually down in Price's last start against Kansas City.
3-1, right?
Down early, but bounced back, obviously in a big way, because they scored 15 runs that night.
That was real late, though, right? It was sort of garbage time.
A lot of the runs came late.
Yeah.
For a stretch of that, you were arguing with the analysts on television in your living room. That's crazy. What are you talking about? 1-2.
The little 2-seamer runs away. He's got some tools to get you out.
One-two from Happ. Talking about this 9-game winning streak for the Red Sox. Really, they've torn the cover off it.
Yeah, really. 332 says it all.
Longest active streak in the major leagues. They have not won 10 yet here in 2018. Down he goes. Strike 3. Fast inning for Happ. Red Sox go in order. Swihart in for Pierce now. And our custom suits are designed by Joseph Abboud, made in America using only the finest Italian fabrics, now available at Men's Warehouse. You can text NESN1 to 66960. Receive $100 off your next Joseph Abboud custom suit purchase at Men's Warehouse. So Steve Pierce cannot continue after getting drilled on that leg, lower part of the leg. I was kind of amazed he stayed in to begin with on a 93-mile-an-hour fastball. So Swihart now the cleanup hitter for the rest of the night and first baseman. Aledmus Diaz, third base tonight for Toronto. Born in Cuba and defected back in 2012 when the Cuban national team was playing a tournament in the Netherlands. He's going to go down swinging. Another strikeout for Price.
That's a funky swing right there. Ooh.
He's got 5 strikeouts already.
But this is really funky. This changeup just rocked his world. Watch. Oh, goodness. That'll do it to you. Fastball in, changeup away. Ooh.
Grichuk now 0 for 1. Started the ball game by striking out. And Price is throwing a lot of strikes. 35 pitches, 27 strikes. One he'd like to have back in the first inning. Hernandez hit out to center field and into the bleachers.
Well, he's getting it and throwing it too for him.
Grichuk 199. He's hit 11 home runs though, and he tags that one toward right center. Here comes Mookie Betts though. 2 down.
Yeah, next Thursday on July 19th, Star Boxing is on NESN. See Joe the Beast Smith Jr.'s epic return to the ring. Plus, check out Providence's own Kaylee Reese. Don't miss NESN Star Boxing Night on Thursday, July 19th at 8 o'clock on NESN. Brought to you by buyatoyota.com, Toyota's website for deals.
I'm gonna tell you, it was a fantastic night, guys. It turned out okay, so I'm looking forward to everybody seeing it next Thursday. There won't be anything going on. It'll be just after the All-Star break and prime time on NESN for everybody to check things out. And I'm looking for your critique as well, OB.
Well, I'll be doing exactly what Eck does when he watches the Fox broadcast when he's watching Red Sox. I'll be sitting there with a pen and paper, and I'll be taking meticulous notes. But I've heard the reviews on your work, and they are sensational.
Well, that's good. That makes me feel really good about the broadcast that's going to air next Thursday.
Yep, everybody was raving about the work you did and how comfortable you were. I knew you would be, but congrats on that. Looking forward to it.
Thanks. Absolutely.
Very talented Jemai Webster. Gurriel with a double, first time up, crashing into the wall and lefts. He came in to score on the Hernandez home run. Two down, nobody aboard here. And the top of the third. Toward the hole. Through and picked up by Bogaerts in short left, and it'll be a base hit for Gurriel, his second. He's 2 for 2.
Tomorrow at 6 o'clock, don't miss Red Sox first pitch, presented by Joseph Abboud. Available at Men's Warehouse. TC, Jim, and Steve will break down David Price's start.
So that's the 4th hit tonight for Toronto off Price. It'll send up Smoke, who whiffed in the first inning. And he's got a 5-game hitting streak. He was really struggling when we saw him about 6 weeks ago. He's still only hitting in the low 240s, but swinging a much better bat.
Well, he just tried to leave earth there on that cutter. Try to bust him with a fastball in. Man, he does that anytime he wants. Price, he can get that ball in on right-handers. Now he's going to go away, try to dot him over there.
1-2.
Didn't mean to throw it there. He just humped up.
Earlier this season, Price won 6 consecutive decisions between May 12th and June 14th. The Red Sox won all 7 of his starts there in that stretch. Looking for a punch out. Ground ball instead, handled by Nunez over to second base. That'll retire the side. 1 man left. Bottom 3, Jackie Bradley in the box here against the left-hander Jay Happ. And here in the booth with us will be Alex Spear of the Boston Globe. We're watching a guy here tonight, Alex, this left-hander, who might be somebody that maybe the New York Yankees would be very interested in.
Happ is viewed by most people as maybe being the best available starter who's going to be out there this year. The stuff plays. It's, you know, it's swing and miss stuff from a left-handed pitcher. So if you're looking for a guy who can really take care of a left-handed lineup, and obviously we know the Red Sox struggles against lefties this year, he fits that profile despite the recent struggles. So, you know, outing to outing is pretty significant for him.
Bunted foul
Between now and July 31st. And so, you know, we're watching a guy who, in some ways, what he's doing tonight is a pretty significant thing for the Blue Jays because after back-to-back tough starts, he's kind of reestablishing himself against a very good lineup.
Well, and obviously the Yankees looking on, they're the ones that knocked him around. He gave up a couple home runs, walked 6 guys that I saw. So the fact that he could pitch good against the Red Sox just makes it that much better for the Yankees, thinking that if in fact they can do it.
Hard hit and through for a base hit. Gurriel to dive and a miss, so the Red Sox have the leadoff man aboard here in the 3rd inning. Jackie now 3 out of 18 in his career against this guy.
He's been so tough in his career with the Blue Jays against the Red Sox, really done a consistent number on them. And so if you are a contender in the American League, you can really narrow down in some ways your scouting process already. If you're able to identify that one of your, you know, you only have 3 to 5 potential opponents in the postseason if you're an American League team. So you can already start saying, okay, how can we really expose their weaknesses, and how does a guy like Happ fit that?
Speaking of exposure, I mean, Gurriel wants to make sure he's got that belt on there. Broke the first one. He's got a new one.
Let us not forget the moment of infamy in a Red Sox Blue Jays game with Beltgate.
Yes, Beltgate.
Oh, that's Sandoval, right?
That was the famous
Pablo
and
Sandoval.
unfortunate end of Pablo Sandoval's 2016 season with the Red Sox, I believe.
So Mookie Betts 0 for 1. He's hit the ball sharply to center field, but was caught by Pilar. Mookie, as the runner goes, will take a strike to throw down. Not a good one, and he's in there. Jackie Bradley, who's been terrific picking his spots with another stolen base.
Well, he got a good job, but you know he picks his spots, just saying that mildly. He has not been thrown out yet, and he's on his horse right away, and it's going to take a perfect throw to throw him out. It was on the other side of the bag.
11 this season, but 13 for 13 going back to last year.
It's been interesting. The Red Sox have had something on a lot of starting on a number of different starting pitchers from the stolen base department this year. Happ had only given up, I think, 4 steals entering tonight, but Bradley obviously had a great read on him right there.
Benintendi on deck. You know, one of the guys we've been talking a lot about this week, Alex, I know you have too, is Dustin Pedroia, who sounds very doubtful that he's going to return in 2018. He's heading back to Arizona soon to rehab, but said yesterday he does not feel he can risk returning too early because of that graft in the knee. Says if that fails this time, he's done. Bradley to move up. Gurriel to be tested. Close, and a bang play got him. Mookie ruled himself safe. Let's see if the Red Sox want to take a look at this.
Boy, that was a slow roller right there. Gurriel made a nice play. Oh, I don't know. Problem is they called him out.
And do you risk a challenge this early on one that, you know, that isn't clear cut?
Out, he said.
So no challenge, and one man gone, but Bradley advancing to third.
Good play by Gurriel there.
But on Dustin Pedroia, he said, you know, that would be it if this graft fails. Still has 3 years remaining after this season on his contract. What are your thoughts on Pedroia?
Yeah, it was, you know, it was uncertainty. It was really interesting to contrast the way in which he was talking now compared to when he was in, for instance, Pawtucket, when he was so optimistic, so convinced that he was on a rehab trajectory that was going to get him back and get him back for the rest of the season. He hadn't had any setbacks to that point. And so they thought that maybe he was going to be a guy who was transforming their view of how long the rehab process takes on this kind of extensive knee surgery. Instead, it turns out that it's kind of as extensive as it's been in other sports. He's obviously a test case for big league position players.
Line foul. Pedroia said that he'll know more in 4 or 5 weeks. And then he said, I've healed quickly with every other injury, but this is obviously different. I'd love to play right now, but I can't. I love the way we're playing. I'm glad I got my one hit. I miss it. I wish I could have been a bigger part of it.
I would caution that he wasn't quite. There was some measured tone in what he was saying. He did say, look, I'm going to do everything I can to get back this year, and I'm not dismissing that possibility. But he's also realistic that it may be the case that he doesn't play again this year. And even if he does, let's say, return in September, we have no idea how often he could play, whether or not he could play every day, whether or not he would be limited to an every other day schedule.
Oh. Swing and a miss. Benintendi down on strikes. Bradley holding at third base. And that'll be the second out. Martinez coming up.
Oh, big pitch there by Happ. Having him go, you know, you don't see him fish like that all that often, Benintendi. But this slider is down and away in the dirt.
And Benintendi now 0 for 15 against him.
Back-to-back at-bats where he's finished him with the slider. And that slider is such an effective weapon against lefties for him. It's not something that plays as much against righties, so that's part of the reason why you see lefties just struggling to put the ball in play with any kind of authority against Happ.
Nope. Pete Walker's out with Martinez coming up. Obviously first base is open. What are they talking about?
They're talking about what do you think you want to do? I mean, to me, obviously, make a decision. You know, it's one thing going out there and saying, well, maybe don't give him anything to hit right here, or maybe if you get behind 2-0, then we'll walk them. But they just don't flat out want to just walk them.
Blake Swihart on deck.
The other part is that it speaks to what a great chess player Martinez is, because he's so good at anticipating pitches in specific zones and in specific pitch types. You kind of have to game plan for him a little differently.
He's 1 for 1, a single in the first inning. 351.
He misses here, they'll just walk him, I have a feeling.
351 with runners in scoring position. Jackie Bradley down to third, but with 2 away, 2-0 Toronto. And a strike.
Interesting.
One of the interesting things about Happ is that his fastball is at the top of the zone is so good. He's been as good with that high rising fastball as anyone in the majors. That kind of works against the quote unquote launch angle swing,
Yes.
which has really been geared for the bottom of the zone, and it kind of neutralizes power if he's able to locate it where he's supposed to.
Here it is. Man.
1-2.
You know, that's tough to swing at, because what can you do with that pitch up there? With an uppercut, first of all.
Right, that's the pitch that you have to hit with a more level swing.
Yes.
JD Martinez talks about how the swing has to match the plane of the pitch. So if it's a pitch down, then you can get the launch angle swing going up. If it's at the top of the zone, then you need a more flat level swing that's more geared towards singles, doubles.
There he goes again.
And down he goes. 95 on that last one to strike him out. Alex, thanks for joining us.
Great to see you guys.
All right, beautiful night at Fenway, but so far 2-0 Toronto. Top four, it is 2-0 Toronto on a first inning home run by this man, Teoscar Hernandez. Then it's Morales and Martin for 5 and 6 for the Blue Jays. Against the left-hander Price. Yankees have tied up the Indians. They're 2-2 early in their game in Cleveland. And Hernandez will fly this one into right field. Routine play in the back pedal for Mookie. One man gone. Time now for our social drive, brought to you by Ram Trucks, built to serve. Here's Casey.
Thank you very much. Just in time for next week's All-Star Game, a new mural unveiled today in the alley between Ben's Chili Bowl and the Lincoln Theater in Washington, D.C. It honors baseball legends Mamie Peanut Johnson, the first female pitcher in the Negro Leagues, and Josh Gibson, the greatest power hitter in Negro League history. He spent most of his career with the Homestead Grays, who played home games at D.C.'s Griffith Stadium. That's your Ram Social Drive.
Casey, thank you very much. In there for a called strike on Morales, who whiffed in the first inning. When we go to Kansas City, a must stop is the Negro League Baseball Museum, the Hall of Fame. Price in on this. He'll lob on to first base. He made a visit the last time Red Sox were in KC. Time now for what's brewing in Boston, presented by Sam Adams, the official beer of the Red Sox. David Price career against Toronto, as mentioned, off the charts, 19 and 3, 246 earned run average. Gets the first man out here in the fourth inning, Morales. The second man out in the inning, Morales, and now Martin, who has gone 0 for 1. He has grounded to third.
I'll tell you what's tough being a catcher in the big leagues as long as Martin has been catcher. Sooner or later it's going to take its toll, and I think it has.
He's been a good player for a long time.
Yes, he has.
One of 2 primary catchers in Major League history to hit 80 home runs in both the American and National Leagues. This year he's been moving around, playing a number of different positions. He started games at short, left field, third base. And he has played the infield from time to time in his career, but he's played a little outfield this year. This season has been a scuffle, though, at 173. He's homered 6 times. Price looking for a 1-2-3 inning. And he'll miss wide to fill up the count. He hasn't walked anybody yet. Martin has had a devil of a time against Price. 5 for 30. Now the big crowd here at Fenway. The weather has been spectacular. So the Red Sox 65-29. 3.5 game lead on the Yankees, and that's in there. He caught him looking. He froze him. 1-2-3 they go. Bean from the ballpark to your local park. The outside is always better together. LL Bean, B, an outsider. Oh, it's a great season for Lobster. I mean, when is it not? But this is the time. Swihart to lead things off here in the bottom of the 4th inning. First at bat for Blake, had to take over for Steve Pearce, who got drilled hard on the leg. He hung in there after being hit by the pitch for a little while, but eventually came out. It looked very painful.
This got him so good, it's like he got shot. And it took him so long. You see, it had to have gotten boned. Boy, he threw that ball right by him. That ball upstairs is hard to get to.
Bogart's on deck, then Brock Holt. Sox have been held to 2 hits so far. Ooh. And a swing and a miss. Strike 3.
Yeah, tomorrow at 6:30, don't miss Red Sox Game Day Live presented by DCU. TC, Jim, and Steve will preview the matchup between Ryan Borucki and Rick Porcello. DCU, Digital Federal Credit Union. What can DCU save you?
That's not only 6 strikeouts in the ball game, but only a handful of base runners so far against the left-hander Happ. You got Bogarts on strike 3 in the first inning.
And you got that little changeup. That's a beautiful piece of work. And that 94 plays like a buck. It plays like 98, doesn't it? Upstairs. I mean, my goodness.
Doesn't it feel like to you, and I know we're only in the 4th inning, more swings and misses by this outstanding Red Sox lineup than we have seen in a long time?
Yeah, what is it? This left-hander? This guy just has their number. They don't.
You know, not all for strike 3, but
no.
he's gotten his share of those too.
Another high fastball. Let's see if this plays. Look at that thing. That thing will hunt. Looks easy, man. Just throw it upstairs. Let's look very hittable out of his hand.
1-2 to Xander Bogaerts, and he spoils that one out of play. Game 2 of this 4-game series. Last 4 to the All-Star break coming up tomorrow night at 7:10. Rick Porcello, Eduardo Rodriguez on Saturday afternoon at 1:05. Series will end on Sunday afternoon at 1:05. And then the All-Star break. 5 Red Sox headed for the All-Star game. If you missed it yesterday, Andrew Benintendi was not selected in the fan vote. Gene Segura, an outstanding player for the Seattle Mariners, he won that final fan vote position. 1-2. He will not offer. Xander has 13 home runs against righties, 1 against a lefty. He'll sting that one into center field, though, for a base hit. He's on with 1 down. Brock Holt will be next.
Yeah, I got the fastball down just a little bit, and he went down and got it. A line drive to center field. You see, that's a cross seamer. Ball's down, though, down in the strike zone. The one-handed line drive swing there by Bogey.
So the Sox with their 3rd hit tonight against Happ. That'll bring up Brock Holt, a strikeout victim in the 2nd. As he was caught looking. Happ, a very good athlete. He was an excellent basketball player in high school in Chicago. In fact, his school's all-time leading scorer. He went on to play his college ball at Northwestern. Got to nail your SAT to get in there.
Well, he broke in with Philly back in 2009. Almost won Rookie of the Year. Had a real good year with them. 12-4.
He's also pitched for Houston and Seattle, too. The 1-1 to Brock.
There you go.
So he's had a very solid career. We mentioned the 20 wins the year Rick Porcello won the Cy Young. 20-4. 1 out, 1 on. The 1-2. Chop toward the shortstop. Gurriel beats the second baseman. One looking to turn it. Can't. No double play. But Xander Bogaerts out in the middle. And Brock Holt now the base runner with 2 away.
Well, thank goodness Brock Holt hustled right there, because that was really close in that turn. I didn't think they had any time at all. Ball took forever to get to him. Hernandez, and he flips over and they try to turn it. Pretty good turn, but he's safe. He's safe, but not by much.
There comes Alex Cora out to talk with Trip Gibson, a home plate umpire.
Are they talking about the turn at second? See if there's anything here. If he touches the bag, did he leave the bag too soon?
Yeah, I think that's what they're looking at. You know, more of an in the neighborhood.
Here we go.
And ooh, that foot is off the bag.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is a great call here, I think, by Alex Cora and his crew. It certainly looked like Travis had the foot off the bag, didn't it?
Yeah, he was trying to get something on that throw, and I think he took his foot off. It just comes so routine for second baseman to do that.
Well, it used to be allowed.
Yeah.
That in the neighborhood. It's not anymore, going back about 2 years.
Well, they're going to bust him because he came off a hair.
Well, from what we just saw, there's no doubt about it. That Xander Bogaerts ought to be safe at second base. Brock Holt at first. Look, that foot's off the bag, and he does not have the ball. So there's the ball heading into the glove. Not quite there yet. That foot is off the base.
Let's see if they say yay on that.
You have any doubt about it?
Not really. I just think it's so stupid anyway, but that's the rule. I mean, you've got to be on that bag.
He did not have contact with the base with the ball in the glove.
No, he didn't.
See if they see it that way. So if they reverse it, Red Sox will be in business here. It'll be 1 out and 2 on.
You know, when the runner can't take you out anymore, you better well touch that bag.
Yeah, you have no excuse.
Right.
You don't have to be in the hurry that you used to be, and you're not bracing for contact because there's no such thing anymore.
Yeah, they're going to call him safe.
Taking a long look. We'll give you another look.
Not all of these things are clear. Now, see, he hasn't caught it yet. He knew he had to get something on that throw. He should have pushed off the bag with the throw.
I'll tell you what, though, you want to speed up pace of play. This needs to be quickened up here. This is taking far too long.
And what are they looking at? Look at that, and he's off.
I think this is pretty darn obvious.
That's not about the glove, the ball being in the web. You know what I'm saying? Like at first base when you're catching the throw, it has to be, you know, if it gets in the web, it's almost like caught there. Yeah, there you go.
Xander Bogaerts will head on down to second.
Good call.
Well, great pickup by the Red Sox. And the staff back there to tell Alex Cora to appeal that. And no hint of any kind of an argument from the Toronto side. So first and second with 1 away.
They got to make them pay for something like that.
So you have to charge an error there.
Yes.
On the second baseman. So Travis will get hit with an error. Nunez is 0 for 1. He is grounded out to second. So see if this opens a door for the Red Sox. A mistake by Toronto. 1 out, 2 aboard. And the score at 2-0 Toronto at the moment.
That just hurts the pitcher too, waiting around for 5 minutes. You're all locked in, and then all of a sudden.
Right, over and above the fact he did his job.
Right.
And he should have 2 out.
Right, he got a double play ball almost out of the inning.
Foul tip to the mitt. Big swing by Nunez.
That fastball plays up there. We just hope he gets the ball down because they can't catch up there.
They did take x-rays on that shin of Steve Pearce, and gratefully those were negative. He's day to day. Here's the 1-1.
Boom. That is sneaky. It just really is.
Sandy Leon to hit next. The Red Sox have caught a break. Can they capitalize? They've been doing it all year. Bogart's at second. Brock Holt at first. Foul back. 95 that time, and he's been doing this all night, kind of going up the ladder with the velocity. 93, 94, 95.
Yes, upstairs, and even when it's a strike, it looks like it's got a lot more hair on it than it really does. It has something to do with his windup that just lulls you to sleep a little bit. A little wristy action at the end.
The lunging tapper out in front of the plate. Happ will take that, throw to first. He's late with it, and everyone's going to be safe. Well, he really took his time on that.
I thought he thought the catcher was going to go and get it the way he deliberately went after this ball. He thinks he has all day, but I wonder if he thought that Martin was going to come out and get this thing. See him pause a little bit, then he gets it. No hurry, safe, easy. Another mistake by Toronto. That's not even close.
There was not a lot of urgency on that play.
No, it was just so casual.
Well, the Red Sox trying to benefit. They are all loaded up now for Sandy Leon, who struck out his first time up. That'll be a base hit for Nunez.
2 gifts this inning.
And it's one of the things that has marked this Red Sox team all season long, the ability to capitalize on mistakes like this. He'll take ball 1. Sandy entered tonight hitting .317 over his last 13 games, and he has 10 RBI.
Sandy trying to get locked in right here. Just barely. Just want to get a ball in the air. Outfield at least.
Big swing, 1-1.
Ground ball's not going to cut it because that's 2.
Bogart's at third, Brock Holt at second, Eduardo Nunez at first.
That high fastball makes you think you can get the ball in the air. But he doesn't want you to get the ball in the air, maybe.
Happ has rarely missed his spot tonight. And when he wants to throw that elevated fastball, it's right at the top of the strike zone often. He does have 6 Ks. One and 2. Oh, you got to get at least 1 run in.
Oh yeah,
have to in a spot like this. Jackie Bradley on deck. He has a base hit tonight.
If anything, at least they're making him throw some pitches.
Yeah, he's at 75 with 1 out in the 4th. He did strike out Leon the first time. And he's battling, still 1 and 2.
You lose those foul balls back at us in the sky, huh? You can't even. It could come and hit us in the head. We'd never see it.
You a little worried?
Yeah, a little. I saw you duck a little while ago.
Well, I don't know about ducking. I was getting in a catching position.
You flinched.
Right under the desk. I was ready to go.
I saw you flinch.
You better believe it. 1-2. Red Sox with a man at every base. And an opportunity knocking for Sandy Leon. And knocked down by Martin. Went with an off-speed pitch. And now the veteran catcher out with a conversation with the 35-year-old Happ. Red Sox with their best threat of the night by far.
You don't see much more than just fastball changeup. That's what he's throwing.
All loaded up, one away in a 2-2. Pretty good fight here. That one came in at 95. Red Sox have gotten a little bit of help in the inning. Two again. And a ground ball to short. Gurriel will shovel out of the glove and get the force play there at third base as Xander Bogaerts comes in to score. Brock Holt erased. Runner's going to be safe at first and second.
That ends up being a really nice play by Gurriel. Ball's hit so slowly. You see him come up and get it. He didn't really. There's nowhere he could turn to, and then he flips it with his glove. Slow motion. The out is made there with a force out there on Brock Holt. But see, that ground ball has no chance to be a double play, and really lucky that they got the out at third.
And Diaz with a nice stretch there, first base style. At third. The Red Sox are on the board. That makes it 2-1. Jackie Bradley base hit first time up and a steal. He'll look at a strike. Mookie Betts on deck. So a run in at last for the Sox. 0-2.
Mixes in a little two-seamer that time. Boy, he has worked hard this inning. Happ.
Yeah, this next pitch will be his 30th of the inning. Red Sox have taken a bite out of him. That'll skip away. The runners are going to move up. No throw for Martin. Nunez down to third. Leon into second.
Another break by the Red Sox there. If they can capitalize on this thing, this slider that he throws in the dirt, and Martin just can't block it. The ball comes up, catches on him on his bicep. Couldn't keep it in front of him. Two runners in scoring position.
They have bullpen activity. Biagini begins to work. He was sailing until this inning. Talking about Happ. But this has been a scuffle, and he's been part of it with kind of a lazy throw to first base.
Ends up being a big play in this inning.
He's gone to 2-2 on Bradley. JBJ lately getting better swings off lefties. That's a ball. Diving back in Nunez. 3-2.
Martin kind of took that strike away. It probably was up and away, but he left right out of there trying to make a throw to third base. A fake throw, but we'll never know.
Crowd wants a big hit. And instead, ball four to reload the bases, but this time for one Mookie Betts.
Wow, he's got to go after Jackie Bradley there. He made a major mistake. Just didn't throw him strikes. Had got ahead of him and couldn't put him away.
Walker coming out. Well, this would be a golden chance for Mookie Betts to break through, obviously, against a pitcher who has given him fits. 0 for 2 tonight, 5 for 31 against Happ.
How about Mookie trying to get on top of that high fastball?
They are filled up again for the Red Sox. It's 2-1 Toronto.
This is a perfect spot for Mookie.
Mookie started play tonight with a 16-point batting lead over Jose Altuve in the American League. See what he's done with the bases loaded. Very nice. 341, 3 grand slams. Red Sox as a team have hit 7 this year.
Look at that thing right there.
Starts him off at 94 for strike 1.
I don't think Mookie sees him that well.
Nunez, Leon, and Bradley filling up the bases, 3rd to 1st. One and one. This has been one long inning for the Toronto starter. He can make that fastball disappear.
I'm telling you. You don't even have to look at how hard it is. This ball, you could tell by the way Mookie swings at it that he's just not picking it up. That ball's by him. Boom.
1 and 2. 2 down, all filled up. And a little pop-up foul off first. Smoke giving chase. Can he get there? It's off the glove and it falls onto the dirt.
Oh!
And Mookie Betts is still alive.
Oh, you can make them pay right now. I thought he was going to flip it to his left hand off his glove. Watch, he flips it up in the air. He just couldn't get it. Would have been a nice play, but meanwhile, Mookie's got another chance.
It's exactly what it is. Another chance against Happ with the bases jammed.
Boy, Happ, he's got to be tired throwing all these fastballs.
Benintendi on deck. He's up to 90 pitches, and the next one will be the 39th of this inning.
Man.
One, two again. He'll do it again. Two to one Toronto, 4th inning. Mookie adjusting that famous necklace.
Happ's got it all on the line right here.
A lot of high stress pitches in this inning, huh?
Got to be another fastball.
A packed Fenway looking on.
Here it is. Let's go. Let's party right here.
Rolled foul. He's barely alive. Boy, it's been a couple of times in this at bat he's barely alive.
That was a good pitch there. Change up. Ooh. It's just one of those innings. Hadn't thrown one of these the whole at bat. Good changeup. Look at out of the zone. He catches a piece of it. That's the kind of stuff that you just wanted to put it in play because that's a weak ground ball. He still has life.
And still has life.
Oh,
another change. He doubled up on that.
Yeah.
Mookie Betts did a great job to hang in.
I guarantee you Happ has never had an inning like this. 40-something pitches. I mean, come on.
He's got to be thinking, when will it end?
You usually get your lunch with 40-something pitches. He's only given up one run.
1-2. Spoiled again.
Wow. This is historic.
The 10th pitch of the at bat is coming up.
You know, it's always an advantage to the batter. The more pitches you see. Let's see.
1-2 to Mookie, and he missed with that. Dropped by Martin. 2-2.
Hadn't seen a slider, so he tried that.
Nunez leading off third. Sandy Leon off second. Jackie Bradley at first. Nunez representing the tying run.
Boy, his arm's going to fall off.
Now the 2-2 to Mookie Betts. Checked his swing and he fouled it away. .44 pitches here in the bottom of the fourth inning for Happ. And this crowd is into it.
Yeah, let's go. Get after it.
Bounce it up there. The runners will hang on at first, second, and third, and the count goes to 3-2.
I don't know if he's got enough energy to throw another fastball for a strike. He just shoved something right into the ground. Well, you can't blame him. What was that? That had to be a changeup. It's what you call a tired changeup, a 45-pitch tired changeup. There we go. It's time to party right here.
3-2. High deep drive. He crushed it. It's a grand slam. Wow.
I'm telling you, it's time to party. How about that?
One of the most electrifying at-bats of the season, and I mean anywhere in the major leagues. Mookie Betts slaughters a grand slam. An incredible at-bat, an amazing inning.
Just the way the Red Sox are going, it was time to party again, I'm telling you.
Number 23 for Mookie Betts.
Boy,
that was on the 46th pitch of the inning.
And he absolutely lost it. Cross-seamer down. See, this one was down for a ball. And he golfs this thing out of here. Watch him. He knows he crushed it. And he is just getting off. Oh. Boom. Look at him. He's loving it. Whoa, careful. Boy, that's as excited as I've ever seen him. He battled and took him bridge.
And a huge smile from Price as the Red Sox have taken a 5-2 lead. That's the kind of season this is. A grand slam by Mookie Betts. The Red Sox have hit 8 of those this season. J. Happ, in an inning where they were giving gifts to the Red Sox.
Yes, 2 of them in particular.
And just think about even smoke down the right field line.
Right, just off his glove.
Off his glove with Mookie Betts, the batter. It popped out of his glove, and then, well, seemingly a half hour later, Mookie Betts hits the granny.
But he couldn't get to his high fastball. He just could not.
Wow.
And it was a great at bat. He fouled off some changeups, this and that, and he throws him a fastball, low fastball, and I mean, he scorched it.
You know, Sandy Leon had a great at bat. Jackie Bradley did too.
Yeah.
He worked a walk, and Mookie Betts.
Bradley was down 0-2, got a walk.
Just destroyed it. And with that, Home Run Speedway donates $500 to Boston Children's Hospital. And through the end of August, use your Speedy Rewards card when you purchase 3 cooler beverages and receive 1,000 bonus points. Just astonishing.
He will never have an inning like that the rest of his life.
Well, he doesn't want to.
46 pitches?
40 on the 46th pitch, grand slam.
Oh, my goodness.
Wow. Well, a lot has happened in this inning. The Red Sox have just scored 5 runs in it so far. Benintendi has gone 0 for 2. Biagini now in. The right-hander with a high ERA. He's given up a lot of hits, 54 hits.
Boy, he's back and forth from starting to relieving. He got knocked around as a starter.
Well, what did you think when he bounced the pitch to make it 3-2?
Well, I figured sooner he had to throw a fastball 3-2. He had to, because he was messing around with a couple changeups here and there. Threw him a slider in the dirt at one point too. He threw him the kitchen sink.
Fouled away by Benintendi. JD Martinez on deck.
I mean, it's hard to keep going upstairs, you know.
Time to see who's been driving the ball, presented by Toyo Tires. Benintendi sits safely in 7 in a row. At 5:36, Toyo Tires, the official tire of the Boston Red Sox. Just a remarkable 4th inning. And that'll be in there for strike 3. That's how it ends. But Mookie Betts with one of the great moments of what has been an amazing season, and it is now 5-2. Well, if you're going to have an unforgettable season, you do stuff like Mookie Betts just did, right?
It really does. That plays right into it, doesn't it? It's supposed to happen. The whole thing, everything about that inning.
You know, from the play at second base where the Red Sox were able to make a huge call from the dugout and get a call overturned.
Right down to the smoke, almost caught the ball.
Smoke almost catching it, but it popped out of the glove, keeping Mookie alive. And
what a great at bat. That's a great at bat by Mookie, fouling all those balls off.
Amazing.
A lot of high fastballs he fouled off.
Yep. And hit it totally out of Fenway Park.
And I've never seen him so excited. He was dancing backwards, almost fell down. I would have done the same thing.
This place is buzzing. Absolutely buzzing every corner of the old ballpark over that swing. And that moment.
Look at him go backward. I mean, he is getting off here, boy. No, oh, he gets his balance. Look at him. I mean, he is just digging it. And we are digging him.
So David Price, who gave up a 2-run homer in the first inning, has allowed only 2 hits since then. And the Red Sox have battled back to get him 5 here into the 5th inning. Look at that reaction on the grand slam. Everybody had the same look. Although then you had 37,000 people screaming at the top of their lungs.
Well, now it's time to shut down this Toronto team. This inning, it's a big shutdown inning.
Pilar 0 for 1, struck out in the second. And the 3-2 from the tall left-hander. Punch foul. Red Sox have won each of their last 5 against the Blue Jays. They're 20-8 against Toronto since the start of last season. And the Blue Jays have just been punched right on the chin. Floated towards center. Jackie Bradley there. One man gone, down to Jemai.
You know, Dave, with the offensive success that the Red Sox are having, leading the majors in runs, average, on-base slugging percentage, and extra base hits, the epitome of what we saw Mookie Betts do that last inning was just what I talked with assistant hitting coach Andy Barquette about. He called it team at bats. What the guys did before him allowed him to have the success he did, able to get that grand slam. He said they've all been working together, and collectively they were able to tire out Hap, and we saw the success, exactly what Barquette was telling me.
Well, sure did. Doesn't always result in a grand slam, you know.
This year,
right? It's 8 of them now. Line shot. Benintendi on the move. They'll skip on by him up against the National League scoreboard. Big turn, but he's going to be content with a single as the throw is hustled in by Benintendi. So Travis is 2 for 2.
That time he should have went to second base because he would have made it easy, but he didn't want to push his luck because he got thrown out last time trying to get 2.
Yeah, he did back in the second inning.
But this ball is on a line. It gets to the wall in a hurry. It really does. Benny gets to it, one hands it, but the throw is offline. But he can't count on that.
So to bring up Aledmus Diaz, third baseman, 0 for 1 with a strikeout. Red Sox on top 5-2. Still a lot of baseball left tonight, obviously, but you go back to the early part of the game and it looked like it might be Jay Happ's night. Red Sox got down early 2-0 on a long home run, and Happ was cruising going into the 4th inning. And he struck out the first man, Swihart, before the base hit. And then Brock Holt with what looked to be a 6-4 fielder's choice for the second out, but that was overturned because Travis did not have his foot on the base. And then Nunez with an infield single where Happ really took his sweet time getting to it.
Yeah,
they may be thinking the catcher was going to get there.
Yeah, I think so, but he just took his sweet time, and that's on him. You know, you've got to have more urgency on that ground ball back to you.
Oh, I would think so.
I mean, just too casual.
Did not get the play at first base, didn't get the throw over there quick enough. That loaded the bases. Red Sox would eventually score 1 run, but then Jackie Bradley working that walk to load the bases from Mookie Betts, who had an epic at bat. There's a swing and a miss, and Diaz, for the second time, is eaten alive by Price.
He had a couple bad swings in that at bat, let alone the last swing he had the last time up. This ball is, I don't know, I think it's a cutter, but he's off balance swinging at it. I guess the fastball in sort of set that up. Whoa.
Number 7 for the lefty is Grichuk. He has struck out and fly to right. Grichuk played in the Little League World Series twice in 2003 and 2004 for Lamar, Texas.
Been a really disappointing year for this guy. They expected a lot more out of him. He can get it going, though. He gets hot. He's got some power.
Rockets that one foul. Stay tuned after the third out of this half inning for the Mid-Fifth Studio Show with Adam and Andy Brickley. Here's the 1-1 from Price. And he will miss in.
Boy, he could fill up that inside corner to right-handed hitters. He is not shy in there.
Price trying to go to 3-0 this season against Toronto.
Boom, boom, boom. That ball looks close. Try to pull it back. Sandy pulls it back, but it's inside.
We check out what events are coming up at Foxwoods Resort Casino August 4th. 3 legendary rock bands teaming up for the Revolution 3 tour. August 5, Boy George and Culture Club. August 22, the Cirque Elwaz Hotel arrives. Price trying to end the inning on a K. Hard hit down on his knees, and back up Xander Bogaerts gets the force play to retire the side. Half of the 5th inning. Time now for the Geico Red Sox moment. Honoring the 13 championship season in game number 95 that year, the Red Sox beat the A's 4-2. John Lackey won his 7th. Dustin Pedroia, Brock Holt led the offense. They both drive in a pair. Everybody's still catching their breath over what Mookie Betts just did with a grand slam, the 8th of the season for the Red Sox. An epic 4th inning. And Boston in front, knocking out Jay Happ, who has been really tough throughout the years against the Red Sox. JD Martinez to lead it off, a base hit and a strikeout tonight. And a ground ball, a worm killer over the back, fair ball. Diaz has it, throws off balance and gets him. Made a nice play there.
Tonight after Red Sox coverage on NESN Sports Today, we'll have a full recap of tonight's Sox games, plus highlights for the New York Yankees and Cleveland Indians game. NESN Sports Today is presented by People's United Bank, where the technology is as helpful as the people.
Blake Swihart will be next. He has one at bat in this one, and in the 4th inning he struck out. So it didn't look like a prelude to anything exciting really against Happ. But Xander Bogaerts would later score in the inning. Nunez as well, Leon, Bradley, and of course Mookie Betts with a thrilling romp around the bases.
Yeah, you're not going to get a better moment than that, really, because it led up to it. What, the 13th pitch at bat? I mean, it just led up to it, and you know that what he's capable of.
His 23rd home run. To center field, dropping. A nice sliding effort there by Pilar, and he caught it. He makes a lot of plays like that. That's an outstanding play to rob Blake Swihart of a base hit.
Boy, this ball stays up just long enough. He goes into the slide and snatches it right before it hits the grass. Now, this is a guy that makes so many great plays at the wall. Now he makes one coming in. He's as good as anybody.
You know, if you win the Gold Glove in the American League in center field, you deserve it.
Totally.
You have earned it.
Yes.
Whoever does win it. Maybe Jackie Bradley's turn this year. Here's Xander Bogaerts. He has struck out and singled, and he scored the first run in the comeback in the 4th inning. Red Sox started that inning down 2-0.
Yeah, he hit a low fastball for a base hit. Didn't look very good in the at bat, but finally got something he could handle. Almost like a pitch like that. But Happ made him look kind of bad with fastball swinging right through him, and then got one down and he was on it.
I don't know. We've got to look this up. Has any starting pitcher thrown 46 pitches in an inning this year?
I'm telling you, that's never happens.
This
is historic.
Mind-boggling.
It is.
Well, that's how many Happ threw, and the last one wound up on Lansdowne.
Something he'll never forget. That's one of those games, one of those innings, one of those at bats you will never forget. You always want to be on the good end of that, but he wasn't.
2 down, Xander will be followed by Brock Holt, and Bogaerts can keep the inning alive. Red Sox playing game number 95 here tonight.
You know, the only way that moment is better is if it's a playoff game, really, because that's what it felt. Just felt so good.
The Red Sox fans would go one step beyond that and say if it's a playoff game against the Yankees.
Yeah.
But thrilling here in July, closing in on the All-Star break at Fenway. I think that's the loudest we have heard the building this year.
Yes.
When Mookie Betts drove that one out of the ballpark.
You know, especially when you anticipate action. I mean, that's an action pitch.
Yep.
Everybody, the bases are drunk, and it is time to do something, and you might as well party.
As you said, time to party, and he partied all the way around the bases. The 2-2 to Bogaerts. Fouled off himself. Five runs, 5 hits for the Red Sox. 2 runs on 5 hits for Toronto. Red Sox can, with a win tonight, get to 37 over 500. Do you realize the last time they were 37 over 500 was 1949? Long way to go tonight, but trying to make it 10 in a row. which would be a season high. The 2-2 popped up and smoke into foul territory. He's got that. Red Sox go 1-2-3. The MLB.TV All-Star sale is here for $39.99. You can watch every out-of-market regular season game live on demand. Your subscription includes MLB at Bat Premium. Blackout and other restrictions apply. Visit MLB.TV for details. Top of the sixth inning, Dennis Eckersley, Dave O'Brien, Jemai Webster with it. Red Sox leading 5-2. First game of four-game series with the Toronto Blue Jays. We took an early 2-0 lead in the first inning after this man doubled. A batter later, Hernandez cracked a long 2-run homer, and the Red Sox were trailing. But then the Red Sox came back big time in the bottom of the fourth inning, highlighted by a Mookie Betts grand slam, and lead it 5-2. Gurriel perfect tonight, 2 for 2. Good looking young player.
Boy, his brother can hit. Plays first base for the Astros.
Astros lost to the Oakland A's today, 6-4. Right now the Red Sox have 3 more wins than Houston pending the outcome of this one. For so long, Houston really has been right on the Red Sox tail for most wins in the majors, more so than the Yankees. Another line drive on the move, Benintendi. He'll make the play. Gurriel with another good swing, though. One man gone.
Don't miss WB Mason extra innings right after the game. TC and Steve will break down key plays of the game, and you'll hear from David Price and Alex Cora. Who but WB Mason, celebrating over 20 years of same-day delivery.
One away, smoked the batter. He has struck out and hit into a fielder's choice, 5-4.
Well, he's mixing it up. Last at bat off of Gurriel, he threw him 2 knuckle curves, which we never see. Cutter, changeup, fastball, and he hit a bullet off a changeup.
Price's pitching line brought to you by Ace Ticket.
You know, Price doesn't get it up there like he used to. There's no doubt about it. You know, when he humps up, he might get, on a good day, he can, you know, let one go, but for the most part, see that 93, back-to-back 93s. But he used to be regular 95 plus. And that doesn't mean he can't pitch with less than 95 at all.
Well, he's doing it tonight. I mean, he hasn't walked anybody. His command has been very good. High chop. Bogarts handles that routinely. 2 away. Hernandez will be next.
Yeah, tomorrow at 5:30, don't miss Friday Night Fenway, presented by Budweiser. TC will have an exclusive interview with manager Alex Cora. Be sure to visit Wahlburgers Fenway this Friday before the game for a chance to win Budweiser baseball giveaways. Budweiser, legendary lager for legendary moments. It's a mouthful.
Hernandez with a 2-run homer in the first inning and a fly to right. You know, the priceless part of it is after every one of those reads, you give yourself a mini self-critique. You grade yourself. Well, that was a mouthful. I'd like to have that one again.
Yes, exactly. Swing and a miss.
Fouled off of Sandy Leone. He's in a little pain. That one bit him.
A little change up down and away. Just barely gets a piece of it, but it gets the toe. Gets his toe. Got all that coverage except on your toe.
See, I think you're doing a great job of these, and I know how competitive you are.
Totally. But you can't be slipping them on me. I got to study them, and I'm busy.
Wait a minute. I'm not slipping anything on you.
No, I'm not talking about you.
It's not my gig.
I know.
I'm not in charge of that.
This one was quick. I was like, oh.
Here it is.
Budweiser.
Just dropped it on you. 0-2 up and away.
I'm in the minor leagues, man, when it comes to doing those. Like, calm down.
I think you're doing a great job.
Sure, you tell it to all the boys.
No, but Rem beats himself up all the time, too. You guys really should not. Foul tipped into the mid. Yeah, he struck him out. Price makes quick work of them. 1, 2, 3, they go. Fruit juice, real refreshing and a classic flavors you love. Original lemonade and strawberry. America runs on Dunkin'. Price and participation may vary. It's a limited time offer. Bottom 6, Red Sox 5 and Toronto 2. And a high fly to center, fairly well hit, but Pilar has room back there to make the catch. And Brock Holt on 1 pitch is retired in the 6th inning. Nunez will be next. Rick Porcello will go tomorrow night at 7:10. He will carry in an 11-3 record. Eduardo Rodriguez will go on Saturday at 1 o'clock. He will carry in an 11-3 record. The Sox have not determined who will pitch on Sunday. Last night, Chris Sale won his 10th. In another brilliant outing. Nunez 1 for 2. And Chris Sale said after last night's jam, he said, I think we have won the most games in spring training too, right? And he said a lot of people kind of pushed that aside because they didn't really get it, but he said we were ready to win from day one. And it's a pretty solid point. This is a team that got used to shaking hands in spring training together after wins.
You know, they take a lot of pride in their starting rotation. They really do. This year they're 46 and 21, their rotation. I mean, that's awesome. Seems like everybody's got 10, 11 wins.
I always thought you could establish that pattern in spring training. Top to Gurriel. He'll handle that chance. Good arm and gets him.
Hey, Red Sox fans, help us out by taking a quick survey about where and how to use NESN Go. You'll have a chance to win 2 Red Sox Yankee tickets to a game in August. Visit NESN.com/survey today for your chance to win.
I give that an A++.
I did good.
2 down for Sandy Leon. Did you know reading would be part of this job?
No, I didn't.
Base is empty because you're really nailing it. Red Sox with a win tonight would improve to 66 and 29 with 3 left before the All-Star break. After tonight,
you know, the Yankees have to, you know, just like we look at the Yankees must look at the scoreboard saying, you gotta be kidding me.
Oh, you know that's true.
I mean, come on. It gets to you after a while.
They must be saying, do those guys ever lose?
Right.
And you know, they looked at the scoreboard tonight. And once and for all, can you let everybody know that as players, even in July, you look at the scoreboard?
Oh, yeah.
No sense in playing around with that anymore.
I mean, you're feeling great about yourself. Everybody's just, you know, feeling it. But it gives you an edge, you know, just.
Popped up down the line, but that's going to sail foul.
You know, for when I was in California playing with the A's, you know, you'd get those Eastern scores early. You know what I mean? The game would start and we know who won or not. And I don't know if I really like that. You know,
you liked it the other way better?
Yeah, I sort of like, as you're going, they're going.
But everybody looks. Everybody peeks.
Who they kidding?
One-two to Sandy. Had a very important bat, 4th inning. A lot of guys did. Before the 2-out grand slam by Mookie Betts shot the Red Sox into the lead. Jackie Bradley had a really important walk in that inning.
He did. Down 0-2.
Down 0-2 with 2 out. None bigger than Mookie.
Looked like the next pitch was going to be the last out for a long time.
Yeah. 2-2. And a wave and a miss. Martin will collect that and lob onto first base. That'll complete the strikeout, and that'll do it for the Red Sox. Red Sox baseball on NESN is brought to you by the all-new Subaru Ascent. Love is now bigger than ever this summer. And by Southwest Airlines. Low fares, no hidden fees. That's transparency. To the 7th inning. Red Sox on top of Toronto 5-2. David Price back to work. He's allowed only 5 hits in the ball game. Stroked into center field. That's driven deep. Bradley back. Turning around. And that one will get out of here. A home run by Kendrys Morales, number 11. Certainly capable of doing that, and that'll tighten it up here and make it a 5-3 game.
Boy, ball's carrying tonight. Dead center field. Both home runs by the Blue Jays. Morales is more than capable of hitting the ball out of the ballpark. He gets a changeup down, and he just strokes it out of here. You're thinking when you pitcher, you're going to throw a changeup. You know, you're not thinking home run ball.
So Morales, number 11, makes it a 2-run game. Brandon Workman now going in the bullpen very quickly. Russell Martin, the batter, he's gone 0 for 2. And a foul at the plate. Ivan Nova earlier this season tossed 51 pitches in a single inning.
Is that right?
So that's the season high. We were wondering about the starter for Toronto tonight, Jay Happ, who threw 46. Was that a season high? But Nova labored more than that in one inning. Man, that's a lot of pitches. .94 pitches for the lefty. And a 2-2. Hard hit. Snagged by Nunez. Little off target, but Swihart there to collect it and tag out Martin. One away.
Import the NESN Red Sox schedule on any device. Alerts for 15 minutes prior to each game. With matchup info, streaks, updated times, and more. Visit NESN.com/schedule to import the schedule. Presented by Franklin Sports, the official batting glove of the Boston Red Sox and Major League Baseball. You know, they've hit some balls hard. You think about it, the last couple innings. Last inning, they hit a couple balls hard. And then this inning, a couple balls hard.
Robbie Scott recently promoted back to the Major League club against Duluth. So the Sox have a righty and a lefty, feeling like the last inning for Price.
Oh, this is his last inning, all right. You're just trying to get him out of this thing.
He does have a 5-3 lead. And certainly a much better outing than the previous two.
I give him credit, man. You come out of the gate with a 2-run shot. It's not a good way to start this thing.
He settled down after that.
Yes, he did.
Red Sox are actually 9-2 in his last 11 starts. That one disappeared. Nice changeup. 1-2. He has collected 8 strikeouts.
Well, he got 9 strikeouts the last time out. What, 4 2/3, 9 strikeouts? Everybody's punching out.
Sox scheduled to play 98 times before the All-Star break, which would be their most ever before the break. They have 38 home games and 30 road games remaining. 15 of the last 21 of the season will be at Fenway.
Well, 108 games is 2/3, right? So that's not halftime.
Right. Nowhere near. Way beyond that.
I did the math.
Nicely done.
Thank you.
Your reading and your math are exceptional. You will pass this semester. Well, he's at 100 pitches with 1 down. Travis on deck.
Why is it some guys give up a lot of foul balls and some guys don't? I mean, obviously, guys that have great stuff, there's a lot of swings and misses. I get it. But there's an exorbitant amount of foul balls. Like, I remember Pomerantz used to give up a ton of foul balls.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe it's that high fastball they foul off.
Popped up. Is it playable? Here comes Swihart. He's got plenty of room. He's there, and he's got it. 2 down. And here comes Alex Cora. With Devin Travis coming up, he's going to go to the bullpen.
He'll get a nice round of applause for David Price.
And a little conversation here to start, but going to the bullpen. 5-3 lead for the Red Sox. And Mr. Price off the mound tonight with an opportunity for the win, and he bounced back very nicely here this evening.
Yes, he did. That was a nice outing for him after what he's been through the last couple of starts. He'll take that.
Workman coming on. Well, that bottom of the 4th inning was something else, wasn't it? And time now for our refreshing finish, brought to you by Coors Light, and the inning that turned it around for the Red Sox.
Yeah, this is it right here. This double play ball that they just couldn't turn. They got the force out, but as it turns out, Travis does not touch second base. He picks up his left foot, and this will come back, and nobody is out on that play. Now you got first and second with 1 out, and then this weak little ground ball. Happ takes his sweet time, and he's safe. Nunez is safe. Bases loaded. And this thing, this long at bat by Betts, this is part of that long at bat. Could have been an out. Smoke could have caught that ball, but this bat went on and on and on, and finally low cheese slammage. Everybody is so excited. Most of all, Mookie.
I think you're right. I don't think we have ever seen him quite that excited.
Yes.
And he had every reason. That was the 13th pitch of that at bat. A grand slam.
Oh, man, that is something. That was special.
46 pitches in the inning for Happ. The last one not completely out of the ballpark. TC had sent this information along that Jaime Barria threw 49 pitches in the first inning of a game against the Giants in April. He did not give up a run.
And that many pitches?
But Brandon Belt set a major league record. Remember that 21 pitch at bat?
Yes, then went deep, didn't he?
I think he did.
I think.
I know that I saw Alex Cora have the greatest at bat.
Dodger Stadium.
Yep, Dodger Stadium. He was playing the Cubs. 18 pitch at bat. And, you know, Alex was not a home run hitter.
Yeah.
But in that at bat, he homered on the 18th pitch.
I want to know who the pitcher was.
It was Matt Clement. Yeah.
Huh. Good old Matt Clement.
Gave it up, and quite a night there for Alex Cora. Brandon Workman now for the 17th time this season with the bases empty and 2 away, and the Red Sox ahead 5-3.
Last time out, Workman kind of struggled with his off-speed stuff. Gave up a double to Gallo off the top of the center field fence, if you recall. 2 inherited runners came in.
Travis 2 for 2. Kendrys Morales with a home run in the inning to cut it to 2 runs. Sox in the bottom of the 7th inning will have due up Jackie Bradley, Mookie Betts, and Andrew Benintendi. Stroked and off the glove of the diving Bogarts. That'll be redirected into left field for a base hit for Travis, who's had a good night at the plate. He's 3 for 3.
He has smoked the ball 3 times. He barely gets a glove on this ball. Went into the dive on his knees and a dive, because I'll tell you what, this is a bullet. Nobody's diving in front of that thing.
Yangervis Solarte will bat now in the 9 spot.
Why he reminds me of Candy Maldonado. Not Candy was a right-handed hitter.
Yeah, I can see that.
A little bit.
Definitely. 2 out. And scampering back in Travis.
Kind of styles around a little bit too.
Yankees in Cleveland have gone to the 8th inning, and they're tied up 4-4. That was Severino against Kluber. That'll be a ball. The count 1-0. Workman works up and away at 81.
See, his breaking stuff he's had trouble with his breaking stuff.
It's the first time the Red Sox have had multiple win streaks of 9 or more games in a season since 1948. Trying to make it 10 tonight. Here's the 2-0. That's a good pitch
Ball's
in there for a strike. Well,
man.
got the call. You want that?
I don't even want that.
I disagree.
You know, it's kind of like the, you know what I mean? That's begging. That's what I think that is. But I'll take it.
It's well presented though by Sandy Leon.
I guess.
Got to give your catcher some credit on that. Line to right field, charging on Mookie Betts there for the catch. And that will retire the side. 5-3. Red Sox have the lead in the 7th.
Because no matter where you serve or when you served, we stand ready to serve all military families.
Red Sox Baseball on NESN is brought to you by the great folks at Sullivan Tire and Complete Auto Service, and by LL Bean. If it's outside, we're all in. Be an outsider. Solarde will remain in the game to play third base, and Axford will be the new pitcher. So he'll take over here in the bottom of the 7th inning. Red Sox looking for a little more breathing room on top, 5-3. Axford has not allowed an earned run in his last 7 outings, so lately he's been tough. Jackie with a base hit and a stolen base. He's also taken ball 4. Scored a key run in the 4th inning when the Red Sox rallied from 2-0 down to stun Toronto with 5. And truly one of the great hits of the season for the Red Sox, and bedlam here when he hit it. Mookie Betts with a grand slam on the 46th pitch of the inning, tossed by Jay Happ, the starter for Toronto.
A lot of grand slams this year, but probably the most memorable.
I would agree. In the 8th for Boston. Barnes getting ready in the pen. And a 2-1 to Jackie. He runs it to 3-1.
Little shift, a little more of a shift on a 3-1 pitch. Change places.
Fly ball well struck to left field. That's going to catch the wall. High up on the monster. The helmet comes flying. Jackie flying into second. He's safe. Afterburners for the double. He's had a good night at the plate.
Who is this guy, huh? Jackie, since he's come home, I tell you what, he's got that left field stroke working. This is a 3-1 pitch. He doesn't try to pull. And I mean, he scalds this ball, and he is off to the races. That's about 3/4 of the way up. This is a good throw. This is a nice play all the way around. He beats it. I mean, that is an athletic move for him. He is getting it. And he's forcing the issue right there. He's got to get there, and he gets there just in time. Boy, Jackie Bradley might be back with this swing. And he's seeing the ball real well. A big walk the time before.
The crowd chanting for Mookie Betts, who gets in for the 4th time. Grand slam in the 4th inning. His 23rd home run. Nobody out. Bradley, the runner at second base.
You know, I was just thinking, if you get Jackie Bradley hot, you know, one of those months that he kicked in every year he seems to have a month. I mean, they've done all this damage over the course of this year, 90 games, really without Jackie. I mean, you know, he's chipped in here and there, especially recently. I thought he swung the bat pretty well the last 3 weeks, really.
Yeah, he's had a lot of better swings over that period with nothing to show for it at times. That one rolls all the way to the backstop. Down to third base. Bradley. Nobody out. Red Sox have a runner 90 feet away. On a wild pitch. Time for our high-strength steel play, brought to you by New England Chevy Dealers and the Chevy Silverado.
We're going to see this one for a long time right there. I just love to watch him out of the box. This one right here. They should play this all year long without the stumble. But that is a slammage for Mr. MVP.
Well, they were chanting that a moment ago. Look at how good the Red Sox have been in July with the bases loaded, infield in, with a runner at third.
Well, I tell you can't have a better year than Mookie's having right now. You just can't. You know, he missed a couple weeks too when he was hot.
Yep, with that side injury. But the numbers are still there. He came into the game with a 16-point lead in the batting race over Altuve at 350. Red Sox, the #1 run scoring team in Major League Baseball.
And they are a handful at home. I mean, they've got guys with just out of this world numbers at home.
3-2. There's another shot out to left field. Racing back Hernandez. It's over his head off the tin. That'll drive in Jackie Bradley. That's the 5th RBI tonight for Mookie Betts. And you'll hear more of those MVP chants.
I tell you, he can do anything he wants. He's just such a special hitter, has such great hands. He can go down and get a fastball, and then this curveball stays back, 3-2 pitch, and just handles that. Couldn't lift it high enough to hit it out of here, but this is when hitting was hitting. Another RBI, 5 on the night.
So the Sox open it up to 6-3. Benintendi looking for that first hit tonight. He's gone 0 for 3. I know what you mean about the home success and the numbers and all that, but we always have to keep in mind the Red Sox have won more road games than anybody in baseball.
Yeah, not taking anything away from them, but they're ridiculous here. I mean, the numbers are just unfathomable.
34-17 on the road. And here at Fenway, 31-12, and more home games coming in the second half.
You know, this guy swings the bat much better at home.
Benintendi with a multi-hit game, 6 consecutive games now. Nothing yet tonight. Travis feeding Gurriel got 1 on to first for the double play. So 2 gone. Martinez will be next.
Saturday on an all-new dining playbook, Billy and Jenny are joined by Red Sox legend Pedro Martinez. Plus they head to the Hotel Salem to check out the new rooftop bar. Check it all on Dining Playbook Saturday morning at 9 on Nesson, driven by your New England Chevy dealers.
JD in this one, 1 for 3 with a single. Sox ahead 6-3. This has not been a hit fest tonight. 7 hits for Boston, 7 for Toronto. That's it. But the Red Sox have the hit of hits. The Mookie grand slam in the 4th. Martinez 330, 28 homers, 79 RBI. And that is through 95 games, not quite through 95.
You know, the Red Sox are sending 4 of the greatest players in Major League Baseball to the All-Star team. When you really think about it, Mookie, JD, Kimbrel, greatest closer around the last 7 to 10 years, whatever it is, and Chris Sale. I mean, please. Those are superstars, not just all-stars.
No doubt. 5th man to go, of course, is Mitch Moreland, who's had such a fine year. First All-Star appearance for him. Regular occurrence for Chris Sale. And a 2-1. Slicer foul. Mookie heading to his 3rd. In Washington, D.C. On the 17th. Martinez 3 for 6 against Axford in his career, but he goes down swinging here. That will do it. Red Sox add another, leading 6-3. by BioFreeze. David Price tonight pitching deep into the 7th inning. Goes 6 2/3. Winds up allowing 3 runs, 6 hits. A fine bounce back performance by the left-hander. And he is in line for his 10th win of the year. If he gets it, it'll be 10-6. And also 3-0 against Toronto. And that would be his 20th career win against the Blue Jays, against just 3 losses. Should that all transpire, BioFreeze, pain relief that works. Up to the bullpen, though, and here comes Matt Barnes, who has been really sharp.
Yeah, last time out, he was as good as he can be. Punched out the side.
Coming in with a 2.27 ERA, 3-2 record, struck out all 3 batters he faced in the 7th inning in Tuesday night's win against Texas. Fouled out of play by Grichuk, who's gone 0 for 3. Top of the order here for Toronto.
Barnes is out there consistently throwing the ball 96 plus. And when he's got that good 12-6, I mean, it's forget about it.
Sox have had their way with the Blue Jays. They're 7-2 against them. And looking to take game 1 of the 4-game series tonight. 2-1 on the way. Late cut on a 98-mile-an-hour Swifty.
You can't catch up with Swifty up there. You just can't. Little buckle ball here. No gas, right back at you.
And ripped up the middle for a base hit. Grichuk is on with a leadoff single. Time for a game break now, brought to you by Jordan's, the furniture store of the Boston Red Sox. Here's Tom Caron. Okay, Tom, thank you very much. Gurriel now double a single, a liner to left. He's hit the ball hard all night, really.
Toronto putting pressure on the Red Sox with these guys coming up.
Yeah, this is the tough part of the order. Gurriel, Smoke, Hernandez, Morales.
Gurriel's hit the ball hard on the screws 2 times tonight.
Justin Smoke on deck. Nobody out, 1 on. 8th inning. Roll foul. Rick Porcello going tomorrow night, 7:10. And then Saturday and Sunday, both day games at 1 o'clock. We will have them all for you right here on NESN.
That was such a big run, that little insurance run last inning. Base hit by Betts. This Toronto team doesn't run a lick. They've only stolen 28 bases, second to last in the league.
Don't you think that they probably would have been pretty active in the trade market, or will be by the deadline, if a lot of these guys that they're waiting on were healthy?
Yes.
Like Donaldson.
Last time they had somebody stealing bases was Rajai Davis. Remember when he used to play up there?
Oh yeah.
Because I can't recall anybody else that was a speedster. I guess they had Reyes there for a while. Jose Reyes. But he wasn't in his prime. Pilar could run a little bit, but he's not a speedster.
Yeah, not a major part of their attack. For a long time, they were a home run hitting team. Nice scoop. The fire down to first, not in time, but nice play at the plate by Leone.
Leone tries to make a pickoff, especially when a ball in the dirt, he picks it because he feels like the guy's going to take a secondary lead and I'm going to get him. Look at this, makes a nice pick and he's ready to throw. I would just be glad I picked it. You know what I mean?
Right. Sit on that.
I mean, come on. What do you want me to do?
Live on your laurels.
Really?
Pop fly. Racing out Brock Holt. Coming on. Jackie Bradley, center fielder, taking control.
Hey, Red Sox fans, help us out by taking a quick survey about where and how to use NESN Go. You'll have a chance to win 2 Red Sox Yankee tickets to a game in August. Visit NESN.com/survey today for a chance to win.
Smoke will be next. 0 for 3. Quiet night for him. Yeah, struck out, hit into a fielder's choice, and grounded to short. 6 runs on 7 hits for the Red Sox. Have actually been out hit by Toronto. 3 runs, 8 hits, an error for the Blue Jays. And they've hit a couple of home runs. Teoscar Hernandez and Kendrys Morales both going yard. But the Red Sox got 4 runs on 1 swing thanks to Mookie Betts on his grand slam. 1 down. Fly ball. That one tagged to center field. Bradley back, turning. That one is going to be off the wall. Maybe interference by a fan out there.
Oh, that's interference.
They're going to wave in a run. Grichuk coming around. However, it looked like a fan may well have interfered with that out in center.
Are they going to give him home on that, or they give that a ground rule double? Because to me, I think the run would have scored. I think they're going to make the guy go back to third. You think?
All right, now Grichuk heading back inside his dugout. And here comes Cora.
Yeah, what's the story here?
Well, we need a replay.
Well, I think he's going to score, but I don't know what the rule is here because it's the interference there. The ball didn't get out of the ballpark. They're hanging over the fence there. They do interfere with it, but if that ball's off the boards there, does Grichuk score all the way from first base? I say yes.
Umpire discretion.
Yes. They're just lucky this ball isn't out of the ballpark to begin with.
Fan lost the cap too.
You know, where you see Bogarts is begging for fan interference and a ground rule double to hold that runner from scoring. You see Grichuk coming around third base. Chances of him scoring, I think, were great. That's why if it's up to the umpires and their discretion. What are they doing? Are they bringing him back to third base?
Well, we know this fan's very proud of himself, but he's out for the rest of the night.
Yeah, get the hook. They're going to go ask upstairs about this.
That's exactly what they're doing.
All I know is Smoke hit that. Smoke smoked that ball.
I'm with you. I think Grichuk would have scored.
Yes.
This play is under review.
I'm telling you, that extra run was huge. That extra run, that'd be a tie ball game with a dinger there.
See the fan on the replay reaching out and clearly interfering, losing his hat.
So all they're talking about is whether or not the runner scores. Ball, we've seen a couple balls hit out of the ballpark right in the same vicinity. Clearly they're hanging over the fence.
You know, it might have been really interesting if that had come off the wall straight down. If it had come really quickly back to Jackie Bradley
with his gun,
with his arm and the relay capability, could have been very interesting.
Do they take into account that the runner's fast? I mean, in other words, if there's some slow runner like Morales was at first, there's no way.
Sure.
Right?
Yep. Exactly. That definitely comes into consideration. So they're finding out where New York wants to set the runners. And they're going to play it exactly as it played out here.
And
fan interference are going to allow the run to score.
I think that's the right call.
I agree with that.
Yes.
So Grichuk scores to make it 6-4. Only one out. Smoke ripping that one nearly out of the ballpark. He'll pick up his 48th RBI. And here's Hernandez.
Kid could hit the fastball.
And the Blue Jays trying to make a comeback in this one.
Oh, it's right there.
97, he dotted it.
It was almost like he wasn't looking for a fastball.
So a man in scoring position with one gone and a tying run at the plate. Hernandez blasting a home run in the first inning into the bleachers in center. And Santos, the pitchers in the bullpen, a pair of right-handers now for Gibbons. Hernandez 0 for 3, 2 Ks lifetime against Barnes. And a 1-1.
Barnes is struggling here a little bit with his command. Maybe shy of that curveball. I think that curveball is what Smoke hit.
2-1 coming to Hernandez. Has a shot out to center field. Jackie Bradley has to play it on a bounce. Smoke will trot into third and stop there. And a lot of hard hit balls suddenly here in the 8th inning. First and third, only one away. That was a bullet.
Yeah, they've hit a lot of balls tonight. Red Sox have been a little fortunate. I thought Price got a little lucky on some line drives that were caught. You got nobody up in the bullpen right now.
Big conference on the hill. They're going to run for Smoke at third. It's going to be Curtis Granderson to run for him.
Now their best hitters out of the game. You think about it. If they tie this game.
So hold the phone just for a moment. Toronto making a run here in the 8th inning. 2 singles and a double.
You could see if that was a tie run, wouldn't you, to put in Granderson? That run was not all that important. With one out. Meanwhile, Morales, who's been hot.
He'll turn over and bad lefty. He's homered back in the 7th inning. 1 for 3. Been a good RBI man in his career.
You got to give this base runner a look.
Hernandez at first, Granderson at third. Morales, a guy who can be doubled up, of course. And he'll look at ball 2. You're right about Barnes. He was much sharper the other night.
Yeah, he's all over the place.
Nobody warming in the bullpen. Trying to come back from 2-0 against a very good hitter. And he got him to swing and miss. 86 miles an hour on the curveball.
Boy, he tricked him on a 2-0 curveball. Had no command with his fastball. Goes to his curveball. That's a good one too. He's looking for fastball and ooh.
2-1 to Kendrys Morales. That one ate him up again. A breaking ball in the dirt. 2-2.
He just can't help himself with that little breaking ball. He's thinking so badly to try to pull something out of here.
Do you throw it again?
Yeah.
Triple up on it?
Yeah, why not? There it is.
Just got a piece of it. Morales 2 for 6 in his career against Matt Barnes. So the Red Sox leading 6-4 in the 8th inning. The Yankees are leading Cleveland 6-4 in the 8th inning.
Now what? Number 2? Number 2.
He struck him out. How about that? 4 consecutive curveballs.
That was the pitch. He did what he had to do, and he kept the ball down. He didn't throw a curveball for a strike. He threw the ball in the dirt like he's supposed to. It's a big pitch there for Barnes.
Every time a Red Sox pitcher strikes out a Blue Jay, Lexus donates $50 to the Greater Boston Food Bank. 2 down. Russell Martin will climb in 0 for 3, hitting just 171. He's had some big hits in his career. That one knocks him back in tight for ball 1.
All those good curveballs in the dirt, and this one almost hits him in the head. Must have slipped.
Sox bullpen trying to hold here in the 8th. 2-run lead, but 2 men aboard. 2-0. Pilar on deck. That's a dandy.
Then he paints him on a curveball. 2 ugly curveballs and then a perfect one. It's in there. He you know, you keep throwing it, you'll find it. God knows he's thrown enough of them. Back to the fastball.
2-2. 98 again. So Barnes trying to get out of a bit of a jam here. Blue Jays within 2.
He's got Martin. Martin doesn't know what he's going to do here. Martin's late on the fastball, and I don't think he can't handle the curveball.
Time granted by Trip Gibson.
Let him think about it a little bit. You're going to buckle him.
2-2 from Barnes. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. Back to the Yacker to Phantom. the Yankees in summer weekend games in some of the best seat locations at Fenway. For more information, visit redsox.com/premiumflex. Bottom of the 8th inning, Matt Barnes pitching out of difficulty with a big K. In fact, back-to-back strikeouts. Morales and Martin. That curveball was a giant factor. Soon 1-0 coming in out of the bullpen here, Rick.
But you know, Barnes, boy, he stayed with that curveball, didn't he? Whether it was a strikeout to Morales or the strikeout to Martin right there. Threw a couple ugly ones, but stayed with it.
Some changes now for Toronto. Granderson into the game in left field. Martin, who has been catching, now at third. Solarte at first. Luke Maile is the new catcher. And O is the new pitcher, the right-hander from South Korea. Swihart, since coming into the ball game, has struck out in line to center. Activity in the bullpen. Craig Kimbrell, who tossed an inning and a third last night, pinned it down. 23 pitches, fresh enough to go tonight. Red Sox ahead 6-4 in the 8th inning. Hammered foul.
O has done a nice job for them this year. Coming off a year he didn't pitch very well last year.
Hope you were with us in the 4th inning when Mookie Betts launched a hit that's going to be in running for hit of the year. There's a base hit into right center field. That rolls a long way. Pilar to cut it. Swihart can run. Heading into second. He wants the double, and he's in there. A hustle double for Blake Swihart. Not many catchers can do that.
I was just going to say, this guy is a catcher. There's nobody like Swihart. Nobody that runs like this kid. And he's a catcher, but he's been swinging the bat much better. He really has. Another line drive right there in the gap. It's right in front of him. He's saying, I'm going to go, because he knows he can pick him up and put him down. Look at
him go. Into scoring position with nobody out. Bogarts now 1 for 3, trying to pick him up. Base hit in the 4th, and he scored a key run. That skips away, but no advance by Blake Swihart.
Amazing. This Red Sox are just amazing. They'll come back and try to answer that 1 run, which is huge.
We've talked a lot about history here in 2018 with these Boston Red Sox, and they're trying to get someplace tonight they have not been since 1949. And that would be 37 games over 500. In the first half of the season, we're well beyond the halfway point, but calling it the midway point when you get to the All-Star break, not even there yet. The 1-1 up the middle. That'll advance the runner. Gurriel on target with the throw. Swihart into third base. Calling all New England Deadheads. You can join the annual Grateful Dead Tribute Night at Fenway on Monday, July 30, and receive a Grateful Dead Red Sox t-shirt as part of a special ticket package. Order your tickets today at redsox.com/GratefulDead. So Bogarts gets the runner 90 feet ahead. Here comes Brock Holt with the infield in. He can make an out and bring in another run.
Little textbook baseball, just to drop a little insurance run on him.
Trying to get it airborne and get in that 7th run. Nunez would be next. And Brock Holt trying to pick up his 23rd RBI of the season. He fouls that one away.
Boy, a tough ball to handle. That ball is eating him up inside. There's no way you could put that ball in play. This ball is sort of running in on him. It's a fastball, but it's way inside.
Infield in tight. And the 1-2.
He's trying to get that ball in. He missed up, out, over. See him set up inside, down and in, and he throws the ball up middle. He's got a good slider, this guy. I'm thinking you want to punch him out with a slider down and in.
Ripped but fouled. He jumped all over that one.
That was a slider, kind of flat.
Brock driving that one into Canvas Alley. Sox trying to win their 10th in a row. The Houston Astros own the longest winning streak in the major leagues this season, 12 in a row. That was back in June. They lost today to the Oakland A's 6-4. 1-2. And foul tipped and held. He struck him out.
Oh, that was a tough at bat there by Holt. Gets punched out with a little split finger.
Time now for our tools of the trade presented by Stanley.
I'll tell you what. I'll tell you, give Barnes a lot of credit. He stayed with that curveball. You see to Morales after he fell behind 2-0. He threw him 4 curveballs, and then he threw a hook, a little buckling piece for Martin. Had a feeling that was coming, but he came back. He got knocked around a little bit. He stayed in and punched out 2.
Yeah, there was a gutsy effort by Barnes tonight.
It really was.
He had to grind through it. Nunez with a man at third, but now 2 down. Red Sox trying to have at least a 3-run lead going to the 9th inning. Kimbrel warming up. He's all set to come in. Swihart led off the inning with a double. Bogarts did his job getting him down to third base with a ground out, but now they're 2 away. 0-2.
Kimbrel will have a 7, 8, 9 coming up next inning.
Nunez with an infield hit in the 4th inning. That fateful 4th when the Red Sox rally to get 5 runs. And if the Red Sox win the game, it will go into the books as one of the most dramatic innings all season long.
Absolutely.
Blocked by Maile. 2-2.
That challenge play at second base was really the inning. You know, you don't see that very often. The second baseman pulling his foot off on a double play.
Red Sox video staff deserves a lot of credit on that.
Right. They don't miss a trick.
Oftentimes that's how special seasons are made, right? It all goes into the mix.
All the little things, it just adds up.
Swihart the runner at third base. That's what Dale Murphy did years ago with the Atlanta Braves. They won the division title and had a long flight back from LA to Atlanta. He spent the entire flight going up and down the aisle, touching every guy on the shoulder, and said, remember that bunt you dropped down against San Francisco? Go to the next guy. Remember that double you hit off the wall against the Mets? Scored 2 runs. That's why we're here.
Yes.
Spent the whole flight doing that. Rip foul quickly into the stands. It's a million little things.
Every player has a moment. More than 25 of them too. You talk about all the guys that come up and down, and then the superstars have a lot of moments.
I was going to say that Red Sox right fielder, and the DH outfielder, those 2 guys could have a whole lot of them.
You can get tapped on their shoulder a lot.
Several times on the flight, right? Well, we shall see, but Red Sox are leading this one 6-4 in the 8th inning, trying to grab their 10th consecutive win. And with a 3-2. Hanging in there, Nunez. 9th pitch of the at bat coming up. We saw several at bats like this in that 4th inning.
I tell you, the Red Sox have a lot of relentless hitters. They really do. Just battling.
It is just no picnic.
No.
To pitch to this lineup. Lofted toward right, closing on it. Grichuk, and he'll make the play in fair territory. 1 man left. We're headed to the 9th. Kimbrel coming on 6-4. Red Sox.
This week on Dining Playbook, we are at 2 of Billy's homes. First in historic Salem. And
buy or get up to 60 months no interest with equal payments and no minimum. See Jordans.com for details. Mitch Moreland will enter the ball game. He's at first base, taking over for Swihart, and Craig Kimbrel will as well. Last night earning his 3rd save of 1 inning plus. Went an inning and a third, 23 pitches, 4 strikeouts last night against Texas. He ended the game with the bases loaded in the 8th, 2 outs. Walked the first batter, allowing a run to score, then fanned the final 4 men to end the ball game. His 28th save.
Always nice to start somebody off with a breaking ball. It's like hitter's got to go, oh no. I haven't even seen his cheese yet.
Got to see the cheese.
Yeah, you got to know. You got to try to time it.
Tapper to Nunez, in, up, and over. Man got him. Pilar retired. Our game summary brought to you by Xfinity. Well, early on, Jay Happ was outstanding, but that 4th inning was epic for the Red Sox, ending in a grand slam by Mookie Betts. Price went 6 2/3. Strong effort. 8 strikeouts. Didn't walk anybody. Mookie Betts with the grand slam, his 23rd home run. And the Sox are in front here in the 9th inning by 2. Eyeing their 10th consecutive win, which would be a season high. Devin Travis here. He's 3 for 3, all singles. He has been up against Craig Kimbrell 6 times. He's 0 for 6, and he's punched out on 3 occasions.
I mean, you talk about everybody that comes up there. I'm surprised they haven't punched out every time.
Kimbrell has converted all 19 of his saved chances going back to the 10th of May. Line drive, that's headed toward the alley. Mookie Betts to cut it. This kid's had a very fine night. That's his 4th hit.
Oh, this guy has seen a superstar tonight. Everything he's done is a line drive to left, line drive to left center, and then that 4 for 4 looks good. Tying run at the plate. I thought he'd take 2-0. He gets a fastball right down the middle, doesn't try to pull, just tries to put a swing on it, and very nice swing, line drive right center.
Come on.
Brings up Solarte. You could argue he's been their best hitter. Entering tonight, leading Toronto in hits, home runs, and RBI. He's got some pop. He will take ball 1. One oddity of the evening is that Toronto has out-hit the Red Sox 11-8.
They've had some good swings tonight. They really have.
The 1-0. That skips away, and the swing and a miss. The runner's going to advance. Travis scampering down to second. So they have a runner in scoring position with 1 away.
There's a curveball in the dirt. He just can't pick it. Solarte missed that ball by a good 10 inches.
Wild pitch.
It's always nice to have that extra run, I'll tell you.
So Travis at second base. Randall Grichuk on deck. Kimbrell's 1-1 will not be made. Rick Porcello going tomorrow night in game 2. This is a 4-game series, so a long one through the start of the All-Star break on Sunday. Porcello 11-3. Eduardo Rodriguez will go on Saturday afternoon. He's also 11-3.
The guy was sitting on fastball and got it. That's why he looked so bad on the breaking ball in the dirt, because he was looking for a fastball, because he got one there. It was up out of the zone, but the reaction from him when he fouls this off is like, that's what he wanted. That's what he wanted. Can't handle it up there.
Looking for the K. Could not quite put him away. 98.
Now it's defensive mode. I mean, you could try to leave Earth 1-1, but you get 2 strikes on you.
Kimbrell looking to do what he does best right here. Little ground ball. Nunez up. Runner holding at second. Got him. 2 down. Bob's Discount Furniture is going to bat for the Jimmy Fund again this year. Bob will donate $1,000 to the Jimmy Fund for every game saved. Everybody saves at Bob's, the only choice for untouchable furniture value. Available in store or at mybobs.com. Randall Grichuk with a base hit last time up, 1 for 4. 0 for 2 lifetime against Kimbrell.
Kimbrell mixing it up tonight, not just bringing it. A lot of breaking stuff.
Yankees have won. They beat the Cleveland Indians 7-4. So that has gone final. Here's the 1-0. You do appeal, no swing. Says Brian Gorman, the veteran. 2-0. Red Sox an out away from a season high 10 consecutive wins.
Challenge time 2-0.
99 on the swing and a miss. 2-1.
Well, he threw him a fastball, but he yanked it, and Grichuk had just swinging out of his hand is what he was doing. This ball's not even close. He's swinging strike, and the ball is like way outside.
For Kimbrel, this would be his 29th save should he get it. So a very good chance to have 30 by the All-Star break. As mentioned, it's well beyond the halfway point. Red Sox will have played 98 games by the break. So 64 after. That second half is going to fly by, Eck.
Yeah.
It has been some first 95 games. Tonight, game number 95. It's one strike away from going into the win column for Alex Cora and the Red Sox. Who are absolutely rolling. Kimbrel with the 2-2. High fly to right field. That ought to do it. Mookie Betts is under. That's poetic. He's the man who hit the grand slam that we're going to remember all summer long. And the Red Sox have won it 6-4, 10 in a row. TC now 37 over 500 for the first time since 1949. How about that?